Today we're going to be talking about how to stay positive in a world full of so much negativity.
It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
It is so easy to get caught up in the negative news and shootings and coronaviruses and things like that. But we have to remember to also think of all the positive stories in the world. Like, I don't know, a man buys a woman her groceries in the food store, or a YouTube family goes out and goes to Walmart and buys a whole family's Christmas presents just because they can and they have the means to. We have to focus all our energy these days on those kind of stories and not get so caught up in the coronavirus. Yeah, it's scary, yeah, it's dangerous, but that's not like what the world is. Like, the world is positiveness and spreading good and being helpful whenever you can. That's the point of, like, what I feel like that's what God wants us to portray in life. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about ways that I know how to help myself stay positive. So number one is surround yourself with people who make you feel happy and smile. For me personally, that is my family. And recently, my family has been super helpful just with things, with life in general, just because I'm very limited to what I can do. So they're super helpful with getting me up and like helping me put on my braces every day and things like that. So that's number one. Number two, do something for you, whether that be read a book, watch Netflix, go for a walk, or even like, I don't know, just do something for you. Go to Target even, like go shopping, go spend money. Do something that makes you happy. And for me personally, that's reading. And for one of the books I want to talk about today, because it is one of my favorite books, and it's called Laughing at My Nightmare by Shane Burkall. In the book, Shane talks about his life with living with a form of muscular dystrophy called spinal muscular atrophy. And it's just like his memoir, and he turns such a scary and, well, what can be a scary situation into such a positive thing. And by the end of the book, I promise you'll be laughing so hard you might want to pee yourself. But one of the chapters in the books, he talks about how when he was little and had to get shots every 5 months or 5 months straight for like 5 years, I think. He talks about how in the beginning he was really nervous and like would always put up a fit because he hated getting shots. But once he hit 10, he realized there's no sense in crying or freaking out because you're just embarrassing yourself in front of the hot nurses. Come on, that's so funny. Like, I can't. I love that book, and Shane Burkall is such an inspiration to me. He's on YouTube too, him and his fiance, Hannah. They have a YouTube channel called Squirmy and Grubs if you want to go check them out. They're amazing. I love their videos. They're so positive and just, you laugh the whole time. But, and then, so that's number two. Number three is one I'm going to talk about a couple different things, because the main thing is life experiences. So like getting out and doing things. But the three experiences that have helped me the most and what I'm going to talk about are, number one, Camp Footprint. Number two, just getting out and doing things with my family, whether that be a day trip to Philly or going to the beach or going on a vacation. Just something as simple as that. And then number three is hanging out with, or FaceTiming with my friends, FaceTiming with my friends. Some of them live in the area, but like for the most part, they all live really far away. And the way we keep in touch is FaceTiming. So I'm going to talk about those three things. I'm going to start with Camp Footprint because Camp Footprint is just such an uplifting experience. Camp Footprint. There are not enough words in the world for me to describe how much I love Camp Footprint. It is literally, like, I started going 4 years ago, or actually this year will be 5 years. So I started going 5 years ago, and let me just say, it is one of the most uplifting, greatest weeks of my life. And not only because, like, everyone there kind of experiences what I experience on a day-to-day basis, but because, like, because it's only a week-long camp, you have literally like 5 days, maybe like 4 whole days to get like form bonds and create friends and make memories. And there's something to be said about that. There's something to be said about getting 3 whole days to make memories and create friends. But people don't, I feel like some parents are just so scared to let their kids go to sleepaway camp. And listen, I definitely was so nervous to go away for the first time 5 years ago. But then I did, and it has changed me for good. Like, I love Camp Footprint. There, you just create so many friends and so many lasting memories. Like, who would have ever thought that I would go zip lining? Come on, zip lining, like in the wilderness with bugs. Yeah, but I love it, and it has changed me so much. And like, even like, I go swimming, and because I used to be a really big swimmer. Like, my parents put me in swim lessons when I was little, and like, recently, since my disease has just gotten really a lot more advanced, I have lost the ability to swim, and I just go to Camp Footprint and I use a noodle or like someone else to help me, and I just swim. And I swim with campers, and I like swim with my friends, and it is the best. Like, we take so many pictures, and it is just such an uplifting experience. So if you're interested in becoming a counselor, you can reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram, or I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but my Instagram for Talking Catholic is changing with the tides. So just go look me up and figure out like, if you want like volunteering and you want to get away for a week in August, then by all means reach out to me. But Camp Footprint, I cannot say enough good about Camp Footprint. So now that I've been rambling for the past couple minutes about it, I hope you will come join me this summer. But if not, that's okay too. But the next thing I want to talk about is FaceTiming with my friends. My Camp Footprint friends especially, the closest one lives in like Harrisburg, PA. Like, that's not close at all. But we FaceTime all the time, and I'd say at least 3 to 4 times a month I'm FaceTiming with my friends from camp. And even other friends, like friends that don't like I have a friend who still lives in Hawaii, and just things like that. Like, I love getting to talk to people who make me smile and feel good about myself. Not necessarily for that purpose. Like, my one friend and I, we have this thing where we'll talk about her one day, and then the next time we FaceTime, we talk about me. And like, I love that. Like, she taught me this lesson because recently I've been getting really frustrated and just upset just because I'm in a cast and I'm very limited to what I can do. But I won't talk about that because that does not make me feel good. But I get really upset about it, and talking to her, she came up with this thing a while ago. It's give yourself in 5 years, this issue that you're upset about is not going to be it's not going to be a thing anymore. Then give yourself 5 minutes to be upset and vent or cry or do something about it for 5 minutes. And once that 5 minutes is up, tell yourself you're done, you're good. And Erin has taught me so many lessons about myself, and just talking to her makes me it makes me so unbelievably happy. So shout out to you, Erin. I love you. But she lives in Ohio, and like, she is just the best. But I love her, and she always makes me feel so good about whether we're talking about her or me. Like, somehow in that FaceTime call, there's always going to be a lesson. And that is what I love about FaceTiming with my friends. Just like other friends I FaceTime with, like my best friend in Pittsburgh, I love FaceTiming with her. Her and I have this thing. We've been friends from the beginning of camp, and her and there's a couple that have been going for the past 4 years, but like, her and I just have stuck all the way through. Like, I love talking to her and just hanging out with her. And like, the great thing about Camp Footprint is I only see these people once a year, if that. And all these friends I'm talking about I know them from Camp Footprint. But with only seeing them once a year comes great, like we miss each other all the time. But FaceTiming makes it that much easier and bearable to see them and have fun with them. So I FaceTime with a lot of my friends from camp, and Erin and Amanda, and just, you know who you are. I love talking to you. Like, you always make me feel so good, whether that be because we're talking about you or we're talking about me. I love talking to my friends that are not with me, like in Seattle or like in Jersey. I love being able to talk to them and catch up and see where their lives are at. Like, my one friend's in college, and I barely ever like we don't FaceTime as much as we used to, but that doesn't mean that I don't know that she's not there, and I can text her and be like, yo, like, we need to FaceTime. So that's what I love about the ability of FaceTime. And the last one I'm going to talk about is going, like, doing things with your family, like with my family especially. So my favorite thing is last year we went to Florida as like a family, and that was like our big, I mean, we go away, but mostly it's road trips. And we flew to Florida, and it was such a funny experience because like I haven't flown in a very long time, and we haven't flown as a family in a very long time. So that was just a really fun experience. But you know, life goes on, so whatever. But Florida was just, we created so many memories as a family and just did so much, and I love that. And like, even when we just go on day trips to Philly, like, it's so much fun. So that being said, we're gonna recap because I'm sure you guys are all lost. Number one is surround yourself with people who make you smile. So for me, it's my family. I'm sure it could be different for you, maybe a colleague or friends from school, whatever. Just surround yourself with people and positivity, and people who bring you positivity and bring you smiles. Like, there's no better feeling in the world than laughing with your family and friends and having them bring you joy. So that's number one. Number two, sorry, I'm trying to like do my fingers. It's not working out too well. But number two is do things for you, whether that be read a book, take a walk, go to Target, go shopping, go spend money. Retail therapy is a very valid thing. Very. So go shopping, do whatever makes you smile. But the thing that makes me the most happy is reading. And I talked about one of my favorite books, which is Laughing at My Nightmare. And with Shane Burkhall, he is such an inspiration. If you want to chuckle and laugh, I highly recommend you go follow him on Instagram. His name is Shane Burkhall, and his foundation is called Laughing at My Nightmare. It's the same title as the book. Just go check it out. It's awesome. And then lastly, we have life experiences. My three are Camp Footprint, FaceTiming with my friends, and making memories with my family. So, thank you for tuning in today, guys, and I will talk to you all soon. See ya.
It's my lucky day.